what environment rules are you working under typically? Is there buffer zones, species restrictions, or seasonal limitations? I know you mentioned a couple of those.
A lot of people don't understand these ones. This is where the general public kind of comes in and throws a fit. So our waterways, depending on what the waterway is, and depending on what mill or what license is doing the cut, everybody is allowed to do something different. So let's say that I'm near a huge main river, and it's one of the biggest rivers in the area. The buffer zones would increase to like 100-meter buffer. So you're like, that's a very good sized distance.
Sure.
If I'm near a small waterway that's maybe 2 feet wide and that's more of a brook than a river, I'm allowed to do a 30-meter buffer, but I'm not allowed to operate the nearest 15. That's 45 feet.
Sure.
From the edge of the water. The next 15 meters away from that, we call that a no-track zone. So I'm only allowed to go into that 15 meters as far, and I can only take a little narrow strip. So I think maximum of 30% that I'm allowed to take. We still have to leave that buffer wood, but the idea of it is to allow more sunlight in, because there's a lot of regen and younger growth in those.
Right.
But there's also a lot of aged wood that they would go after, because most of it will blow over. When a tree gets that size near a waterway, you're just going to see them fall over everywhere, because the root system is in the water.
It's in the water, right.
Yeah, and it does blow down. I mean, you think the tree should be stronger, but there is a lot of blowdowns in those areas.
Yeah. So
when we take the 30% out, it allows sunlight into the other trees, strengthen those, and lets those grow, and we won't be touching those. That wood is going to stay there.